And for the first time since I met him, I was done first. If only the story ended here. So when I told him I was done, I needed a minute to rest. This scumbag was like, oh, you only think about yourself. I need to end too. And some bullshit like that. And was pressuring me. When every other time he would be done and I'd be left hanging. So I literally had a panic attack. I started yelling, pushing, throwing shit all around the room. I have never been so mad in my life. I told him to leave or I would call the cops and stuff like that. Eventually, I just drove the F off. I can't believe the audacity this man had. He was a two-pump chump, and because he used an app on effing TikTok, he thinks he's the shit. Oh, and if you're reading this, everyone knows you used to have a thing for my sister, you weird mother effer. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? In the middle, the product is dropped with phenomenal copywriting. This mother effer had been using that Hold app, and there's quotes around Hold app, that's been going viral on TikTok to train, as he calls it. In fact, it took 40 minutes. For the first time since I met him, I was done first. Okay. So this was a sponsored post. Some company paid this girl to write this story and post it. This Hold app, H-O-L-D. And it's like Kegel exercises. It helps men last longer in the bedroom. And she baked it into this story. And so people were, the drama. But then if you are a male in the market to last longer in bed, and you hear this story of a guy who used to last shorter than a TikTok, and now he's lasting longer than 40 minutes, you are going to instantly want to go to that product, that Hold app. But here's the best part. If you were just to say, hey guys, I have this new app called Hold app. It's called Hold. It's going to help you last 40 minutes in bed. Go check it out. Here's the link in my bio. That's going to get a couple thousand views. This post, I bet, got millions of views. I actually know for sure it got like 3.4 million views. And so because she baked it into entertainment, instead of 5,000 to 10,000 views, it got 3.4 million views. Now, the 3.4 million views are not all quality viewers. There's probably a bunch of women in there that don't really need to last longer in bed like this. But it expanded that TAM, the total addressable market, from that 5 to 10,000 to a much larger range. And it was baked in to an entertainment piece of content. It had basic copywriting principles like tangible benefits. The tangible benefits were lasting 40 minutes in bed, and for the first time ever, she was done first. That's very tangible, okay? Talked about the pain points. The pain points of him not lasting very long, her kind of looking past it, he was a one-pump chump or whatever it was. And it also talked about social proof. The app had gone viral on TikTok, okay? And that was literally within like 3 or 4 sentences. And so through this like masterful piece of copywriting, there's so much sales language in this, someone has no other choice but to basically like go check this out and buy the product. Now there's a really good example of this by a guy named David Sinra. He has a podcast called The Founders Podcast, and what he does is he reads autobiographies of famous founders. And what he does, he's sponsored by a company called Ramp, and Ramp is basically a banking company that is meant to help you keep your costs low. So David Sinra takes an educational route where he says Sam Walton, the CEO, the founder of Walmart, was able to beat all these other competitions like Kmart because he kept his costs low. Okay, well, guess who else did it? This founder, and Elon Musk, and Steve Jobs. Oh, by the way, if you want to keep your costs low, I know this company called Ramp, and I'm actually friends with them. I had dinner with them, he says. I had dinner with them last week. They're awesome guys. I love them. And you know what they told me at the dinner? They told me at the dinner that they actually only hire 1% of their applicants. They say no to 99 out of 100 because they only want the best. And it's a pretty small team. It's really cool. And it just feels so natural. He's not like, hey guys, for 15% off, use the word code founders to go do this. He's promoting this product inside of stories with education, with basic principles, social proof. Literally, you're connecting yourself to founders. You're connecting yourself to some of the best CEOs of all time. the benefits of keeping your costs low. He talks about you'll be able to survive longer. You can make mistakes, but as long as your costs are low, you can last longer. And so, guys, this is how you make a viral piece of bottom of funnel content. Again, bottom of funnel means it is meant to push your product. Okay, this should only be about once or twice a week. You should not be slamming bottom of funnel content all the time. You should be going top of funnel, middle of funnel. I have a video that says how to make a content strategy. That's where I talk about top, middle, and bottom. Just a quick summary. Top, you're meant to go viral. Middle, you're supposed to educate. And bottom, you're supposed to sell. And this is how you go bottom while still stretching your TAM to get large amount of views so you can drive more revenue. So think about this moving forward whenever you're about to sell a drink or whatever your product is or whatever your service is or whatever info product it is. Bake it into education with great or entertainment with great copywriting principles and make it organic. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, I think we are in a time that we're gonna look back on and be like, wow, we were so stupid. Think about like whenever like everyone was like, oh yeah, cigarettes are completely fine. And now we're like, wow, that was a wild time to be alive. That we just let that happen. Same thing with slavery. Like that's insane that was just like okay for a while. There's like periods of history where you look back and you're like, that is crazy that was just normalized. What I'm about to say is nowhere near as serious as cigarettes or slavery. Please don't try to throw that back on me. But like 10, 15 years from now, we're going to look back at views and we're going to be like, I can't believe we used to like pay people off of views, or I can't believe views were an important metric. Views are like the worst metric of all time. They're like the worst metric. They're so bad. Let me just, would you rather have, let's say you're building a business, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Would you rather have a conversation with 100,000 12-year-olds from a third world country? Or would you rather have a conversation with 50 Fortune 500 CEOs? Like that is why views don't matter. Like your view quality, which there isn't a metric to measure view quality, there needs to be, and hopefully there will be one day, is the most important thing about your content. It is the most important thing. If you are chasing just views in general, I don't know how to say this without just saying like it's just not a good thing. Quit chasing views in general.